Can you think of a phone accessory that stayed popular for more than a decade, but then quietly disappeared without anyone really noticing? That's what happened in 2025 when Samsung silently ended one of its most iconic products, the S View case, also known as the Smart View case. If you've been a Samsung fan for years, you probably remember it well. The S View case wasn't just a simple cover to protect your phone. It was a smart accessory that interacted directly with the screen. After 12 years of being part of Samsung's lineup, the company finally stopped making it, and surprisingly, they didn't even make an official announcement. The first hint came earlier this year when Samsung launched its Galaxy S25 series. Fans quickly noticed something odd. There were no S View cases available for the new phones. At first, many assumed it was just a delay, and Samsung would release updated cases later. But as months went by, and even newer Galaxy A series models arrived without their usual S View accessories, it became obvious that Samsung had quietly pulled the plug. That might sound like a small change, but this case was actually a big part of Samsung's history. The very first S View case was released in 2013 with the Galaxy Note 3, yes, more than 12 years ago. At the time, it was something completely new. The case had a small rectangular window that let you see notifications, check the time, answer calls, and even control your music, all without opening the cover. It looked futuristic and gave users a sense that their phone was truly smart. What made this possible was Samsung's Super AMOLED display technology. These screens can light up only specific areas while keeping the rest turned off, saving power and making that small window display work perfectly. The phone could detect whether the cover was open or closed and adjust the active part of the screen accordingly. It wasn't just a stylish case. It had real software and hardware integration behind it. But as clever as it was, this connection between hardware and software sometimes caused headaches. Over time, users began complaining that their S View cases stopped working properly after certain updates. The small window would freeze, stop responding, or show errors. Usually, rebooting the phone or clearing the cache could fix it, but the issue happened often enough to be frustrating. Maintaining that level of compatibility probably became a huge challenge for Samsung's engineers. Every year, Android gets major updates, and Samsung now promises up to 7 generations of software and security updates for its phones. Keeping an accessory like the S View case working perfectly across so many devices and Android versions must have been a technical nightmare. This might explain why Samsung finally decided to retire it. Although the company hasn't officially said anything, it's very likely that constant firmware and compatibility issues made it too complicated to support anymore. The same technology that made the case special, its deep integration with the phone, might have also been the reason for its end. It's almost poetic, really. The S View case was once a symbol of how connected a phone and its accessories could be. But as phones got more advanced and software updates became more frequent, keeping that connection smooth became harder and harder. Until 2024, Samsung still made S View cases for both its Galaxy S and Galaxy A phones, and some of the A series designs were even more creative. But when 2025 arrived, everything went silent. No new versions, no replacement model, no statement. The S View case simply disappeared from Samsung's website and stores. For longtime users, it's the end of an era. The S View case was more than just a phone accessory. It was part of what made Samsung unique during the early days of Android innovation. It was practical, stylish, and futuristic at a time when most phone cases were just pieces of plastic. Of course, Samsung isn't leaving the smart accessory world entirely. The company still sells modern versions like the Smart LED View cover and other interactive cases that offer similar features with updated designs. But the original S View case, the one that started it all, seems to have reached the end of its story. 12 years is an impressive lifespan for any tech accessory. The S View case wasn't just useful, it became part of Samsung's identity. It combined smart features with simple design and showed how even a phone case could make your device feel futuristic. And while it's now gone, it will always be remembered as one of the cleverest little add-ons ever made for a smartphone.